Today we're going to be looking at a portable air compressor by a Chinese marketing firm, ICARMAINT. ICAR Maintenance, little trademark thing there. This is an all-in-one unit, guys. It comes with a couple of hoses, a couple of different attachments. You can do like pool toys, you can do sport equipment, you can do bicycles, cars, SUVs. It's not recommended for really heavy vehicles like trucks, commercial trucks, things like that. But I've been using this on bike tires, specifically 4-inch by 26, so 26-inch rims, 4-inch tubes. So, and this has done a really good job. Now that's pretty low pressure. It's 20 psi for the max on the fat bike tires. But anything else, I really haven't given this much of a shot or a try at. So I can attest to the fat tire bike tires, and I will roll some footage in a minute or two to let you guys know what that looks like. But this is the package it comes in, guys. I got this off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to check that out on your own. No affiliate link. It's just basically me giving information to you. Warning stuff on this side, guys. On the end of this box, nothing here. This gives you all the kind of a rundown of the accessories that it comes with visually. And for bicycles, motorbikes, cars, sporting equipment, and pool toys, things like that. So works out pretty good. Air mattresses included in that list, I suppose. Let's go ahead and open this up. Now I'm doing this with one hand today, guys. I don't have my tripod handy, but I figured I'd do this quick little video for you to show you what you're going to get. Now, when I bought this a couple of weeks ago, it was $40. I got a deal on it. Actually, that's the normal price for it is $40. You can see it comes in this nice little carry bag here, guys, with a little strap here to carry with. Single zipper. It looks pretty good, though. I take that back. It is a double zipper. And the zipper on here is actually pretty good. And this is a nice, heavy-feeling nylon material here. It's got like an insulated padding in it, so it's not going to bang anything up if you're carrying it in a car or wherever you carry. It's not going to get damaged. It's got some pretty good protection. Again, you have the ICARMAINT wireless portable air compressor letting you know what the unit is. And this is what it looks like packed up. Now, it did have packing material on it when I got it. Basically, it had just some plastic wrap over this. The instruction manual, I can show you guys. I believe I got underneath here. Yep. So it did come with an instruction manual, several different languages. English is probably the first in here. It's obviously not the people who produced this manual's first language, but you should be able to just find your way around it. Pretty easy to use. The unit itself, I'll show you just real quick, and we'll take a closer look at that in a minute or two. Comes with an AC charger. Now, this has a 3,000 milliamp battery in it, so you're going to get a couple of fills on this from completely flat tires. I would say probably 4 for a car and several more for bicycle. But here's your AC adapter. This would plug into your vehicle, so you can actually use this out on the road if you need to. And this will power the unit as well, so you will be able to use it kind of like plugged in, like you would plug in a normal vacuum cleaner or something. The AC charger that it comes with is right here, guys. Now, this is going to have a proprietary, not really proprietary, but kind of old school plug on it. So that is what it is. And here's the charger itself. No real spec on it. Another spec is right here if you guys want to take a look at that. There, and I'll set that aside. Now, this comes with some accessories as well, guys. Your normal Schrader type car, automotive. A lot of bicycles will use this same type of end on it. And this would just screw into the body of the compressor itself, and I'll show you that in a second. Comes with another one similar to that, guys, but this one you're going to be able to use the accessories that are in these bags here with. This one for the pool toys and the sports balls, stuff like that. Here's the accessories that it comes with, guys. Little sleeves. I haven't really looked to see what these are, but you come with a pack of those little black plastic dealies there. Again, your sports needle, all that in this bag right here. So you've got, a pretty good selection of accessories that you really use this on a lot of different items. I like that. So let's take a look at the unit itself, guys. This is made of, it feels like aluminum. It's cold. I think the body of this is aluminum. It might be wrapped plastic. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really looked at the construction of it. But looking at the end of it here, you can see your connection for your charger or your power from a vehicle. You've got an LED light on here, guys, with 3 different settings, kind of a medium, high intensity, and then you have an SOS as well on there. And here is where you would connect your air hoses right there. And there's vents on here to, perpetuate air going through, or air continually going through. Other side of the coin here, guys, I'll try to get it in some light here, is your control panel. You have your on and off switch here, your set up and set down for pressure. You can actually preset pressures on here and just hit a button and it will pump the item up to that desired pressure and stop. So kind of nice and pretty accurate. I did check it with an automotive gauge, and it seems to be accurate within a pound or 2. But it gets you right in that ballpark. You can always fine tune that if you need to. Construction seems really nice on here, guys. There's some words on the bottom right here. I don't know if you guys can pick that up or not. Probably not. I'm not. There we go. So in case anybody needs to see that, that's there. But nicely backlit. Let's go ahead and power it up real quick here. I'll just do a quick run. You can see the LCD display here. It shows right now I have a preset desired PSI of 20. You can actually reset this for different values. You've got, I don't even know what they are, guys. I couldn't even tell you but there's a couple of different values you can use for doing pressure, air pressure. You have a light on here, and I'll demonstrate that in just a second. And let's go ahead and turn the unit around with it on, and I'll go ahead and start the light here for you. So we've got, sorry about my messy studio here. So there's one setting for the light. You would tap it, you hit that button again, and you have a flash. You hit it again, and now you've got Morse code SOS. So pretty cool. The light is pretty bright. I don't have really the perfect environment to demonstrate that for you now, but I think this is going to be a handy tool. I have used it on bike tires before, as mentioned, the 26 by 4.0. I plan on using this on normal size bike tires today in my shop. I have a couple of client bikes down there I'm working on. So, all right, those of you might know this is the my dungeon, the repair dungeon here. This is where all the magic happens with the bikes that I work on for kind of a part-time living. Today what we're going to be doing, guys, is using this new item here, the ICARMAINT portable air compressor to inflate some tires. I'm going to use Presta adapter on here, and I'll show you how that all works out, how that fits together, and we'll give it a dry run, see how it works. Now, I'm going to be doing it on this old tire here. This is a client bicycle that I'm working on right now. It's just this old matrix rim, I believe, old Trek matrix rim. And what we're doing is we're going to inflate this tire, which is a Presta valve, old Presta valve, and I'll show you what that looks like here. It's one of these kind of skinny, long looking valves here, and I'll take the cap off of here real quick. But you can see how this is here. Now, in order to get air into here, guys, you have to open this little valve on the end. It looks like somebody had done that, so I'm hoping this is going to hold air. But the idea is you open this little valve right here. You can see that by unscrewing it, and it will tighten back up again. And that actually seals that valve off from getting accidentally depressed and open and leaking air subsequently. So what we're going to be doing is getting that adapter on here from the ICARMAINT kit right here and see how that does. All right, guys, looking at the manual, it really doesn't say anything about how to use these adapters. I guess it's just trial and error, kind of piece it together. Hopefully I can show you guys how to do that. You can maybe use this video as a reference if you decide to get something like this. There's a couple different brands out there. This just happens to be the marketing company, ICARMAINT. Anyway, let's see about getting this put together and get that tire pumped up. All right, so in this little bag of tricks I showed you earlier, we're going to want to get this gold-colored adapter out, and that's the one we're going to be using for this operation. Using the supplied accessory hose here, we're going to attach the Presta end threads onto the threads on the hose itself. All right, and that's it. Pretty easy to do. Just line the threads up with the hose on here and thread it right in. You're not building a bridge, so don't reef on this too tight. Snug it down good. You have a little kind of rubber serrated feel kind of banding around here to hold on to. It gives you a nice positive grip when you're doing this. So, all right, next order at hand is to connect this to the machine itself and head over to the bike. All right, guys, you can see with that plastic off, it's a little easier to read these buttons and tell what everything is. But on the left-hand side on the bottom, you have your set button or your light on and off. And in the center, you have the unit on and off if you were to use this as a compressor. You also have the option of changing units of measure for your set of PSI using kPa or whatever it is. On the right-hand side button, it looks like Moto or Moto. I believe that's mode. And then you have your plus sign there, which is going to raise your desired pressure, and then you're set as well. So let's go ahead and power this on. And to do that, we're going to depress the center button here. And just for a second, and you can see a pretty good looking display on here, guys. Looks pretty good to me. My pressure that I was using before is the 20 here. This is actually the pressure buildup, and when it reaches that desired pressure, it will shut the unit down. You have it in PSI right here. I can go ahead and change those units if I wanted to by hitting the center button. We're going to bar now. Another press is going to be kPa, like what I mentioned before. And then kg per centimeter, kilogram per centimeter, I guess. And then right back to PSI. We want to stay on PSI with this, guys, and it's just for my country and for what I'm used to, we're going to stay with PSI. Now we want to reset this to 40 PSI. So to do that, we're going to hit the set button, hold it for just a second or two. And we have that 20 flashing right now. Now we can go either up or down using these two buttons here. So you want to have that flashing, then you can set it by going up or down in pressure by hitting these buttons again. So go ahead and hold that down again. And we can go ahead and set this higher by single tapping. 25, 29, 30, and 40. Go back through and make sure that's where we want it, and it is. I believe you would just hit that set button again to kind of confirm it, but I think it will time out and hold that desired pressure. What I did in the center there was just kind of cycle it through and make sure it did read 40 on the end. So now what we're going to do is connect this to the bike tire itself, to that valve. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, everything is set up on our gauge right here on our display. We're ready to go. Next thing we're going to do, guys, is go ahead and, again, just kind of make sure that this valve is completely open here. You want to make sure that that's not tight. Otherwise, you're going to be going nowhere fast. Now, inside this fitting here, guys, if you can see, there is a little gasket in there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. There's an O-ring right around, kind of just recessed from the opening here, and that's going to kind of give us the seal that we're looking for when we're pumping these tires up. Now you're probably going to have to hold this valve stem up, especially if you have a situation where the tire is completely flat or you're putting a fresh tube in. So you want to press this down as much as you can, guys, and then go ahead and turn the unit on. All right, guys, then starting this up is just hitting that set button. All right, guys, this pretty much failed for the here and now. I'm going to be objective on this as I possibly can. There is not a good seal between this fitting and the actual valve itself. There's a lot of slop, so a lot of attention has to be spent holding the hose and the compressor in such a manner where it doesn't leak. I found that difficult, if not a bit cumbersome to do. Now, that being said, this is an old tire and an old tube. I don't know what the integrity of that is as compared to something that's maybe new. So I may have a different result with a different tube. I think I'm going to be doing some more testing on this going forward, and I'll let you guys know how it is. All right, guys, for this test here, I'm going to use a kind of run-of-the-mill standard item you might see at a bike shop, or you may even have several of these on you. These are the little press to Schrader adapters that you would use, or I'm sorry, Schrader to Presta adapters, however which way you want to look at it, that you would use in your bike bag or something and take with you on the road so you can air up with a standard Schrader style pump. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to implement this into using the regular Schrader hose that came with the ICARMAINT compressor. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and just screw this on, make sure our valve is open, and it is. I don't think this tire is any good. So there's still that. I haven't changed the tire out. I'm just trying to eliminate one thing at a time. And I'm pretty sure the tire is baked, guys. But I want to see how this works anyway. So we're going to try using the standard Schrader hose here. And remove this one. It gets hot. So from using the compressor a little bit before, you guys seen me trying to pump this tire up. I figured out that you do need to, in fact, screw this end down. There's threads on the inside of here in that gasket that does meet up with the end. So you do need to actually screw this onto the Presta valve. And there is a little mechanism here by which you can do that without twisting the whole hose. So there's a little like clutch or whatever inside there if you want to call it. And then you have this this rubberized little sleeve on here for extra grip. So that does need to be screwed on. FYI, my mistake. I always talk about throwing the baby out with the bathwater, you know. So what we're going to do now is just continue this on here and just snug it down. And here's the end that you would normally see on maybe a pump you have at home, or kind of the same valve as an automotive would have, or a car would have, or a truck or whatever. So we're going to try to use this on this cheater valve on the Presta here. And I'm hoping this is the same size. It does seem to be. We'll go ahead and lock that down. And I believe we still have our 40 pounds of pressure on here. Let me back this up a little. I believe we still have 40 set up on here. Let's go ahead and turn the unit on. Okay, and we'll go. Well, I think that says it all right there. We're 32, 34, 38, and there's 40. It stopped. Well, I think that for a quick experiment, if you have Presta valve tubes, well, that actually turned out to be a fun little experiment. Now, you saw on the gauge there it read 40 psi. I'm going to kind of take that at face value and say, okay, it's 40 psi. And the tire is definitely inflated. It's hard now, so the tread is hard on here. I think that's a win. Now, to inflate it, that was real time, guys. I mean, nothing was sped up, though. You saw that pretty much. You could tell by the tone of the compressor, and I'm sorry if that hurt your ears. So I think if you're going to use this, taking it out on a bike with you guys, that you use this Schrader standard valve here and just use a Presta adapter. If you have the Presta tubes on your bike, just buy one of these. They're like $1.98 and real easy to use. And not from here, so if I was going to cap this again, I would loosen this up. Put it back in a little pouch or something, or in your bike bag. 3, 2, 1. So when you do get this off of here, guys, make sure you put it in a safe spot in your bike bag or in a pocket or something. You're not going to lose it. This is going to be kind of my recommendation for you guys out there that want to use this item on a bike. It's not that heavy, I should mention too, guys. This is about a pound, maybe a pound and a half. So if you're out there doing a tour, day tour or something like that, you have an e-bike like I do, I can attest that these work on the fat tires. I can attest also that it works on a 20, or this is a 700C by 32 millimeter standard hybrid road tire. Works really quickly. You saw how quick it pumped that up. So very nice. So far, this is putting a smile on my face for the money spent on it. Again, I thank you guys for stopping by the channel, for checking this out with me. The verdict's still out on the other adapter here. I don't have any pool toys at present to pump up, or any pools or anything like that, or I think I might be able to dig up a basketball around here. Stay tuned for future videos. We'll be going a little bit more in depth in this, perhaps, if you guys want to see more on this. Other than that, stay tuned. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See y'all in the next one, and God bless the Republic.